You're this perp back with another video, and I just got done watching episode 4 of Tales from the Loop, and jeez, man, this has to be one of the most emotional episodes so far, next to the very first episode. Golly. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at PerpMinded. I'm gonna try to knock out the rest of this series throughout this today. But anyways, with all that being said, let's hop right into this episode. So this episode mainly focuses on Russ, the guy that was narrating at the beginning of the series. And this also has a lot to do with Cole at the same time. You see them really spending a lot of time with each other. You see Russ really reflecting on his life and, not taking it for granted anymore. And that's the whole theme of this whole episode, is just like, can't take life for granted. You gotta live for these moments. But anyways, we find this this sphere out of the middle of nowhere, and pretty much what it does, it tells you how long you have to live. And man, that was incredible. Like, certain things in these episodes have just been blowing my mind with the tech that they're finding, that they're able to do such things, and which leads Russ to pretty much tell the family, like, look, I don't have that much time to live. And this really breaks Cole's heart and makes him really angry, because he feels like he could do something about it. Something underground could help him, live longer. And Russ pretty much tells him, like, look, there's probably not an afterlife for me. He doesn't really believe in any religious, spiritual, anything, and it's kind of hard to break it down to a kid. And it's hard for a kid to go through this in general. And not just a kid, just anybody. You could be an adult and just don't know how to deal with death. And they really show this very well throughout the episode. Now, Russ talks to Loretta about giving her complete control of the loop and just giving her the whole company. She feels kind of hesitant because she feels like George, his son, should be the one to take over, but he feels like it's more suitable in her hands. So that was pretty interesting. I'm liking that this is kind of surrounding Loretta's family and everybody, and just Russ as a whole. Meanwhile, Russ goes to find Cole, and you kind of feel bad for his son George, because he was never really close to his father, you could tell. But Russ tries to make up for it by spending his last moments with Cole, just letting him experience life and just not taking these moments for granted, which leads him to be in the hospital. And this further frustrates Cole, as he's able to sneak into the loop and see the eclipse. And he puts two and two together with the younger Loretta's, the stone that the younger Loretta had. And this really frustrates him, because he feels like there's something that could be done, but they try to let him know, like, this is just life, this is how it's gonna go. Even his father, George, tells him, like, remember how he was and not as he is now, and just appreciate the time that y'all spent. And this literally almost brought me to tears, because it's just like, we all kind of deal with this in a way, or already have dealt with this in a way, dealing with death, coping with just life. And it was a beautiful episode altogether. Cole is able to kind of accept the fate of his grandfather, while it ends with him kind of going back to that sphere, and we get a flash of each one of his moments in his life. They don't show his adult life and whatnot. They don't show who he looks like as an adult, but it just, his life kind of flashes before him. And, you know, what do you guys think about this episode? I thought this episode was amazing, but until next time, I'll see y'all later.
Why do you like cannabis so much? Like, what is it? Like, I mean, it's been such a huge part of your brand. I just would be interested to hear, like, why?
I should take you to my green room.
I'm fine with that. Maybe after this.
Nah, well, for one, I enjoy it for medical reasons.
Trouble sleeping?